Hare Krishna devotees, thank you for joining our weekly BhagavatSanga program, where we are going to continue today with the prayers of Nagapatnis from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 16, verses 33 to 53 covers those prayers. And today we have His Grace Radha Damodar Prabhu, wonderful devotee, giving the presentation. Prabhu, over to you.
Thank you, Mataji. I'm going to share my screen now. Hare Krishna devotees. Thank you, Jai Sutra Mataji, Satsara Prabhu, and Veena Mataji for giving me an opportunity to do this service of presenting the stories of prayers of Nagapatnis. So here I have made an humble attempt to get my realization here together. So, okay, before we start, let me start with the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tadojayam Tirete Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtagi Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalagaya Chakshunmidamena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah Mugam Karodi Vachalam Pankum Lengete Girim Yat Kripatam Mahamande Sri Gurum Deenatarinam Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Namo Pankajadabhaya Namo Pankajamalini Namo Pankaja Netraya Namaste Pankajangri. Okay. So now, before we start, this we want to talk about a little background about this prayers of Nagapatnis. Basically, this is from Bhagavatam 10th canto, 16th chapter, from verses from 33 onwards till 53. So Bhagavatam is the greatest Puranam. It's known as Amala Puranam. So it is the this describes the pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna and his devotees. By reading this Bhagavatam, we can achieve all the spiritual greatness. We can eventually go back to Godhead. So that's the importance of reading Bhagavatam. We are always associating with Lord Krishna by reading Bhagavatam. So this is the wonderful pastime of Krishna where Kaliya Mardan happened. So basically in this picture I'm showing that once upon a time, every day Krishna used to go with his cowherd boys for his playtime with everyone. They go for tending the cows and calves, and while they were doing that, they came to the bank of Yamuna once, and where the infamous serpent Kaliya was residing. And on the banks of Kaliya, Kaliya was a very venomous snake, and because of his venom was so strong that the entire area was affected. The trees, grass, everything was becoming dead, and the if a bird flies around that area, that also the strength of the venom was so strong that the bird also will fall and die. That was the kind of situation, and the cowherd boys also went to the banks of this river, and they also got affected by the poison of Kaliya, and they were dead. When Krishna saw this, he understood immediately, and he was able to revive all of them just by his glance. So all the cowherd boys were all recovered. Then Krishna decided to take care Kaliya. It was time for the Kaliya pastime. So what you can see here is the Kadamba tree in Vrindavan near the banks of Yamuna. So Krishna climbed upon this Kadamba tree and jumped into the Yamuna river where Kaliya was residing, where he made so much of noise. He was playing as if nothing happened. So Kaliya came to know that somebody is disturbing this place. So Kaliya became very angry, and he came out, and he came out of the, and he wanted to attack Krishna because he was very angry. And so Kaliya was able to, when Kaliya saw Krishna, he became very angry, and he tried to catch hold of Krishna, and he was able to bind Krishna for a long time. He was able to bind Krishna like this for quite some time. Seeing this, the whole cowherd boys on the banks of Yamuna were very worried. They became they even fainted just by seeing Krishna is in the clutches of Kaliya. They were afraid that Kaliya will consume Krishna. So even the bad omens started happening at that point of time, and the parents of Krishna, Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, all became worried. They know that something wrong is happening. They all wanted to come and see Krishna, come to the Yamuna, close to the where Kaliya is there. But as soon as when they came, they were also seeing this very sad scene of Krishna being caught by Kaliya. Now Kaliya at this moment, so Krishna, and they felt so much of separation from Krishna. They thought Krishna is going to die, so they felt a very bad separation, and they were almost dying. So at that point, Krishna, set himself free from the clutches of Kaliya, and he jumps right on top of Kaliya. And Kaliya tries to attack Krishna, and Krishna was dancing on each hood of the Kaliya, and Kaliya had hundreds of hoods. And when Krishna tries to jump onto one hood, Kaliya tries to bring it down, but Krishna will skillfully jump onto another hood. Like that, it kept on happening. And each time Krishna was dancing on Kaliya, the pressure, the pain was increasing. So it became unbearable for Kaliya. And finally, it became too much for Kaliya. He was suffering, and Kaliya finally made one last attempt to attack Krishna. Then Krishna was able to very skillfully again go to the other hoods and continue his dance. At this point, Kaliya realized that this is not an ordinary person. This must be Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. And so Kaliya understood, and Kaliya felt. Kaliya actually felt that he should surrender to Krishna. And at this point of time, Nagapatnis, who are the wives of Kaliya, they came there and begged Krishna to spare his life. And Kaliya also begged for forgiveness. So, Krishna agreed, and Krishna asked Kaliya to go away from that place. And under that condition, Kaliya has to go. And the prayers Nagapatnis told Krishna, Nagapatnis were very happy for Krishna to accept their request, and they all knew that this is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, these are the prayers of the Nagapatnis we are going to explain. And this is one of the deities in Vrindavan area, where Kaliya is here and Krishna is here dancing, and Nagapatnis are actually doing the prayers here. And I choose the first verse of the first prayer. That is the 33rd verse, 33rd text. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nagapatnya Uvacha Nayo Hitantaha Kritya Kribishi Asmins Tattva Tavavatara Kala Nigrahaya Ripo Sutanam Api Tulya Drishtir Dashte Dhamam Bhalam Evanusam San. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. The wives of Kaliya, serpent, said, the punishment this offender has been subjected to is certainly just. After all, you have incarnated within this world to curb down the envious and cruel persons. You are so impartial that you look equally upon your enemies and your own sons. For when you impose punishment on the living being, you know that it is to be for his ultimate benefit. So this is a beautiful prayer. I thought of expanding, go a little deeper into my understanding of this verse, and what are the important points we can learn from here, and what are some of the realizations I felt, and what are the Veda, what are the topics that are related in the Shastras. That's what I'm going to talk about in the next few minutes. So the major points here are the punishment from this. The punishment this offender has been subjected to is certainly just. So Nagapatnis are saying that the punishments given to Kaliya is justified. Okay. The second point is that you have incarnated within this world to curb down the envious and cruel persons. So that is the second point. And the third point is that you are so impartial that you look equally upon your enemies and your own sons. For when you impose the punishment on a living being, you know it is to be for his ultimate benefit. So the major theme here is the punishment. So the punishment has been, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that in 4th chapter and 8th verse is Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya chadushkritam dharma samsthavanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. To deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principle of religion, I myself appear millennium after millennium. So here Krishna is coming to take care of the dushkrina. So those who are miscreants. Miscreants are those who are called the lowest among the mankind. That's how Prabhupada described them. There are asuras and suras. And these suras are the godly people and asuras are the demoniac people. So in order to, and these demoniac people always attack or give trouble to the suras. Suras are those people who are favorable to Krishna consciousness or for Krishna, for godly things they do. Asuras are those who do not accept God and they want to do everything for their own sense gratification. So that those are the asuras. They do not believe in God. Okay, and so they always are envious of the devotees who are, and they keep giving disturbances. So Krishna comes every millennium to contain such people. So Kaliya is one such person Krishna had to come and contain. And during Krishna's pastime, he was almost killing the demons, at least 2 demons per day, every day, while he was going out with his cowherd boys. And another example is Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj's son is the son of another demon, Hiranyakashipu. And here, even though his demon's son is a devotee, is a pure devotee, still Krishna had to, and since he was giving so much of trouble to the devotee, Krishna had to contain Hiranyakashipu. He had to kill them. So that is a punishment we are talking about. So the punishment. So the natural question that comes up is the punishment is it good or bad? Right? Krishna can punish people. We hear the word God fearing as well as we hear the word God loving. So what is the right thing? Sometimes that thought comes to our mind. So to understand that, if we understand our constitutional position, then we will clearly understand what is the right thing here. We are actually part and parcel of Krishna. So that means we are integral part of Krishna. We are just energy of Krishna. But so our constitutional duty is to serve the part, the whole. So our duty would be compared to the body. Body has several limbs, and limbs are the part and parcel of the body. And each body parts have to serve the whole. In the same way, we had our duty is to serve the Supreme Lord Krishna. So that means we have to have a loving relationship with Krishna. Each part has to cooperate each other, and that's when the whole body nourishes. Same way, Krishna will be more happy when we all work for his service. Now, we can see that we sometimes get puffed up very badly, right? So it is not a good thing to get puffed up. That is the time Krishna also wants to contain us. Right? Krishna wants to remove our pride. That is another time Krishna is going to give a chastisement, punishment. So Krishna will do that in a nice way initially. Sometimes we are still not don't understand those things, and we keep repeating the same mistakes again and again. That's when Krishna also keep reminding us by punishing, giving more trouble to us. So that punishment keeps going on until we realize it, that we are at fault and we need to change it. Okay, our change is that all that whatever we are doing, we should do as a service to Krishna. We need to always think of Krishna. We had to come to that understanding. Until that happens, Krishna is going to give us some kind of punishment or chastisement or trouble. Now, here the statement here mentions that Krishna is impartial to everyone. That is true. Everyone is a son of Krishna. So since everybody is son, he has to treat everyone equally, right? So So Krishna wants more than us who wants to go back to Krishna. Krishna wants us back there, serving him. So Krishna will somehow wants to bring them back, and Krishna wants to correct us by giving small punishments. And we know that we had to understand that these punishments are not to actually give a lot of trouble to us. It is actually to make us realize that we have to depend on Krishna. That is the most important part here, right? So, we will see that in this world, we'll see some people are still suffering very badly. Some people are enjoying, depending on the karma they have. So we may think that why Krishna is not punishing that person and why this person is getting punished. Those are the thoughts that comes to our head. That depends on our amount of karma we have accumulated, amount of bondage that we have accumulated. If we did some pious activities, we need to enjoy the pious, pious good things. So we will have some good karma also. So until that is burned, we may see as if we are not impacted by anything, but that is not the fact. The fact is that karma is also like a bank account where this karma eventually get nullified, and then we have to suffer. So same way, if Krishna, if we can please Krishna, Krishna also gives a lot of benedictions to us in such a way that we can actually make progress in spirituality and go back to Godhead. So that's what we want. We want to actually do good things so that Krishna will take us back to Godhead. And another important thing we need to understand is in Bhagavad Gita 5.29, Bhoktharam Yajnatavasam Sarvalok Mahesharam Sudam Sarvabhutana Nyatvam Mam Shantim Pritchati. So here we know that Krishna is the benefactor of all sacrifices and austerities. So whatever we do, we can become peaceful. We don't have to worry about Krishna punishing us or anything. If we just do everything, we realize that, understand that Krishna is the ultimate enjoyer of everything, and he is the benefactor of everything, and he is actually the best friend, well-wisher of all of us. Once we realize that, we will be peaceful. We will we may still face a lot of all the three types of material sufferings, but when we have this higher knowledge that Krishna is the ultimate beneficiary of everything, we are not going to be impacted by all these punishments or all the sufferings that are happening around us. We can come to a steady state by focusing our services to Krishna. So, but the irony is that even though Krishna punishes us, we don't learn very easily. One example Srila Prabhupada quoting is that we are like a madman, right? We are put into jail for stealing. That same thief is again, after coming out of the jail, again do the theft. So he keeps doing the same punishment, same thing, and he gets the same punishment again and again. But we don't learn from that. The key part is to learn from these mistakes and understand that we have to accumulate goodness. We have to be in the mode of goodness and eventually come to the platform of Nishkama Karma Yoga. So another important things to, in the interest of time, I'm just speeding up a little bit. So we have also heard Satyasara Prabhu talking about many similar things in the last class, especially Bali Maharaj situations also. So Bali Maharaj actually was also very proud. Eventually he also surrendered, and he also was punished. So Krishna's punishment is also actually for his ultimate benefit. So we can very clearly understand this from all these examples that Krishna, if he chastises us, it is for our good. So whatever is happening to us, if we believe in Krishna consciousness, it's all for our good. So we should take, it's not very easy for us to take that way, but we have to train our mind and we need to accept that. Once we accept that, all the problems in this world will look much easier on us, right? So another thing, we may get punished. One example is Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni and Ambarish Maharaj is an ideal classical example because he offended a devotee of Krishna. So we don't want to offend, we need to avoid offenses on all the devotees. That's very important. So I'll take this 10 offenses. The first offense of this actually 10 offenses to the Mahamantra, but the first offense is the one I'm going to focus here, which is to blaspheme devotees who are dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. So we can see all the senior devotees, or pure devotees and our Gurujan, they have dedicated the whole life for propagating Krishna consciousness. So if we blaspheme them, that is not good. That's an offense. We have to avoid that. Krishna is going to give some kind of punishment for us if we do the offenses. We have to certainly avoid Vaishnava Aparadha. The ideal example, as mentioned, it is the Ambarish Maharaj and Durvasa Muni story, where Ambarish Maharaj was offended by Durvasa Muni. So Krishna's Sudarshan Chakra followed him all over, and Durvasa Muni went to various places. He tried to go to Lord Shiva, then Lord Brahma, then finally to Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu said he himself cannot help; only his devotee can help. So finally he came back to Ambarish Maharaj, and Ambarish Maharaj accepted his apologies, and he was saved. So if we make offenses to pure devotees, we need to take measurement to remove that the Vaishnava Aparadha. So that's how we can come out of the punishment from Krishna. These are the lessons I learned from this thoughts I had. So it's 7:30. So I will end this one, Mataji. Back to you. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you, Radha Damodar Prabhu, for the very nice class, very nice presentation on the prayers. And you took the first verse, and you took one theme out of that verse, which is to highlight is the punishment. And you said punishment is. You made 3 points. Punishment is justified. And Krishna descends to punish the miscreants, and how punishment is ultimately for the benefit of the jiva only, because Krishna is equal to all the jivas. So whatever he does is for the benefit of the jiva. And you also mentioned many things about until we keep on making the same mistake, until we understand our constitutional position of how to love and serve Krishna, we will keep making the same mistake and will therefore be bound by the punishment. So punishments are there to remind us how to depend on Krishna, and until we come to that realization, we'll be punished. And then you highlighted the verse, also you quoted the verse 529, how Krishna is the ultimate benefactor and well-wishing friend of all living entities. And when we realize that, then we'll be peaceful even when we are suffering. So we'll not be impacted by suffering. And you said the irony is, even though we are being punished, we keep on doing it, repeating it again and again. We don't learn from it, learn from our punishments. So you also mentioned about the 10 offenses and to the holy name. Offenses in general, we should avoid, and mention the 10 offenses to the holy name and give example to that also. So thank you very much, Radha Damodar Prabhu, for the very nice class. Thank you, devotees, for joining. We'll meet next Wednesday again.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.